Hi everybody, today we're going to do a funky fish themed nail art design. First off, we can the base of the nail plate I've already painted with velvet top coat. It's a matte top coat which is very awesome to work with, and then we're going to use just of the paint, red, orange, yellow, white and black to do most of the design with. So first off, I'm going to take the red just of it, and we're going to start by drawing the body of the fish. So we're going to do like a small little teardrop um, body shape, just to make it a little bit easier to explain. And then you'll see that I'm going back and forth just make sure everything is nice and perfect. And then on the sides we're gonna do the little bit of a fin that we're gonna just draw in a little bit, but you'll see we'll edit along the way. Then I'm gonna go back in and I'm just gonna make sure everything is nice and perfect. And then at the back we're just going to extend the body and into the tail. You'll see it's a nice flowy line that we're going to do, and we're just going to do two thin outlines, just to give an idea where to go. And once I'm done with that one, I'm going to move on to the next finger, and I'm just going to do exactly the same. I'm just going to draw the body for now. As I'm drawing the body, I just want to explain about the Jostover gel paint that I'm using. It's very high in viscosity, it's very thick, but it's very nice to work with. Reason why it's not running, it stays in place where you add it. The only thing is you need to make sure that it's nice and level. You don't want any ridges while you're painting, especially if you're gonna add colors on top to blend like an ombre. So just make sure that it's nice and level the whole time while you're working with it. And then after you're done with the base of the design, we're gonna cure it for 60 seconds. Now I'm going to take the orange Jostover and I'm just going to add details in the tail. So I'm just going to add a few wiggly lines just to create that flowy look of the tail in the water. And I'm just going to stay inside the red lines that I already created for myself. And I'm just going to blend it into the body to create a little bit of an ombre effect in it, so it's not like two different colors but just flows a little bit. And I'm just going to make sure it's nice and even, and then I'm going to take the number 1 oval brush and I'm just going to blend it a little bit. It's a nice small brush and it helps a lot with blending in designs. And I'm just going to add a little bit of orange in the fins on the side as well, and then afterwards I'm going to cure for 60 seconds. Now I'm going to take the white Jostover and I'm just going to create white lines on the nail, just to create a little bit more detailed look. On the ring fingers and the index fingers, we're just going to create a nice squiggly look, just to create some detail. We don't want like plain nail art, we just want something. So we're just going to do that and just see how it goes. And then as you can see on the back, I'll create it like a little bit of a marble effect, with a light blue and a type of sea green, just to add a little bit of depth to the picture. If you're not happy with a line, you can always go back in and rectify it. That's the nice thing about art. You can always go back and add a little bit. And as you can see here on this middle finger, I'm not going over it. I'm like creating that underneath look. It gives a little bit of a better effect. And I like to give a little bit more detail in my art pieces, because every single thing that I draw is art and it will never ever be the same. So you should always remember that you're not a printer, you can't copy and paste, so everything is going to be unique. Even if you copy a picture that someone brings in, it's never going to be the same. So you always need to make it your own. So we're just gonna do a freehand design on this index finger as well, like we did on the ring finger, but it's not going to be the same. It's something different. So once you're happy with your design and you feel like you don't need to add anything else, you can now place it into the curing lamp and cure it for 60 seconds. Now I'm going to take the black Jostover paint and I'm just going to create the eyes of our little fishy. This one's blurring a little bit, but the next one you can see exactly what I'm doing. The camera didn't focus properly, so unfortunately it's not like 100% clear, but you can still see what I'm doing. And then I'm gonna take white and I'm just gonna create a little bit more detail on it, and I'm gonna do that with all of the little fishes. And then once that is cured, I'm gonna take the thin diamond gel, the silver, and I'm just gonna add more detail into the ring finger and the index finger, just to add a little bit of bling, because a girl can never have enough bling. Always should be bling in a design. Most of my clients don't mind it, so I can always play with bling on my clients' designs. So while the gel paint is still wet, I'm going to use it as an adhesive, and I'm going to add my chunky glitters onto the gel paint that's still wet, just here and there, just to create a little bit more depth to the design. As I'm placing the chunky glitters, I'm just making sure that I'm placing on the correct place. I don't want to move it too much and smudge the glitter. Once I'm done with that, I'm just going to place a carbon armor top coat onto the whole design. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.